And me too. I've never disrespected the South Side though. Me, never. Not once can you say that I might have my feelings about upstate Sureños, but I don't call any of that disrespect. If anything, it's constructive criticism and just my opinion. That's different than disrespect. See, only thing is when we're putting our flag in the ground, Bozo, we don't all have to disrespect. Hey, what it do, what it is, what it was. This is your boy Pocho of the Pocho Podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications and support a real one in the field. And for real, my people, you know I'm up and coming. I need all the help I can get. You already know how it is being up in the garage, bro, having a dream. But today, what are we speaking about? Bozo. Bozo the clown. Oh, that's a little danger in the back. Shout out to him, though. Bozo, no, my bad. I have to retract my statement now. Bozo the rapper. Bozo the rapper. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Bozo would be growing and learning? It took a while, my boy, but you're finally here. Thank you. Recently, Bozo has been speaking on the North and South again, but the tune has changed just a little bit. Not all the way, but just enough. Just a little wiggle room. And he is speaking facts. Real quick, if you don't know who Bozo is, Bozo's a rapper coming out of Southeast Los Angeles. Did time, is a legit one. Kind of came out and kind of pressed a lot of people that he felt, that weren't standing up to the South Side, kind of standard that he believed in. And I understand you're sitting in, I've never been to prison, but I understand sitting in a place in prison or something and watching other people blow up off of things that you did, because before that, he was part of that whole, hold on, man, I gotta get ready. He was part of that whole Chicano rap scene before he got locked up. I never actually knew that. Did you know that? I didn't know that he was a rapper and then he got locked up. But he was like the little homie coming up with all the big guys like Capone, Nalgas, and all of them. And I bet you he saw like the game and the buffoonery of it. And when he went to prison and he came out and there was just like a new fools with tight pants and he just got in his feelings, And then with us, he started talking shit about the North. And that's why I was like, bro, you were talking to us in the DM, and you were a little resistant. I'm not going to lie. You weren't on our jocks at all. But when me and Goldtoes went down there, I told Goldtoes that we should check in with you out of the old school way, respect. But we checked in with the South, the Paramount General, checked in with Swifty Blue. The reason we checked in with Swifty Blue because he was a better rapper and we thought he would do a better show. That's it. And I think Bozo got in his feelings about that, or he just got in his feelings that we were in LA with Jenny 6ix9ine, baby. But it's all right. So then he started talking ish about us. So we both went back and forth, right? It is what it is. But recently, I want to respond to this clip I saw on the Mile High podcast or whatever. I think they're out of Colorado or something. Shout out to them. Bozo's speaking a little different, bro. Let's hear what he has to say, and I'm going to react to it, all right? At a certain level, none of that's going to matter. So they ask him basically, will North and South ever do a song together? And he starts off as saying that it's not going to matter, that if you get to a superstar level, everybody's going to forget about that. But the problem is, how do we get there? There is no borderlines once you elevate. I'm telling everybody, don't drop out of your gangs, elevate. I'm not getting too much into it, but I never dropped out of my gang, despite what people try to say. I elevated, went to college, and my homeboys were very supportive and still are the ones that I grew up with now. There's some fools that, came to play, and they still hate. But they're kind of like studio rappers. That respect and that success. But the problem is, on the way up, we do a lot of disrespecting. And it's hard to pull back that disrespect. Like Lefty, he's blowing up. And if you would have never disrespected, he doesn't look at the long game. I always tell people, I'm into long money. That means I'd rather give you a cool little discount and we keep making money together than just try to make you pay the most, and try to look like I'm the coolest because I charge the most. No, long money. So we need to find something that has respect, like Jeezy, you feel me? Jeezy can rap with anybody. The problem is, we all have to get off this norteño and sureño thing. We need to just talk about girls, lifestyle, and you can kind of sprinkle it in. But being a Southsider or norteño should not be the central kind of part of your personality, bro. Because eventually, when we get our own Kendrick, and do you see when Kendrick came up, he didn't disrespect his homies. He grew up in a blood neighborhood, but he didn't disrespect the Crips ever. He didn't disrespect other bloods that his neighborhood might have issues with, or the essays, even though the essays have marked him out. But that wasn't because of the culture. That's because of gang politics. The work and the dedication decide that. That is what I've been saying. I don't know. I just feel like it's funny that it's taking these fools years to get to where I've been trying to tell you. See, only thing is when we're putting our flag in the ground, Bozo, we don't have to disrespect the other side, you know? I don't understand that part. I never got that part with you because I understand. I think you feel like leave the streets for the streets and the music for the music. Yeah, talk about your life, but you don't got to outwardly like create more beefs. I just think it's the strangest thing to create beef online. And I'm with the business because I'm a fool like that, but to be honest, I never had nobody in person talk to me how people talk in the comments. Like, never. I get that, but you already did that years ago. Now let's establish this California Mexican-ish, California Latino-ish, California, I think this was Central American or South American. What do you mean? You've been selfish the whole time and it didn't work out. What's that thing? Trying the same thing and expecting different results is the definition of insanity, bro. Bozo, don't be insane, my boy.
What I believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be selfish, like, all that. Making friends. And
I agree with, we don't gotta make friends. We don't gotta be best friends. The one thing that I thought was a dope ass idea of having somebody from the north as a real one and somebody from the south, and they don't gotta be together but separately making music, and then it's one song, but it just shows them both turning up.
Making friends and friendly competition brings the best music. No,
that's facts though.
Dog. Like, you can't, we're not trying to be like the French, you know? Be nice to everybody.
We ain't trying to be like the French. Yep, the French got kicked out of Mexico on Cinco de Mayo, baby. Shout out to us.
You can't, we're not trying to be like the French, you know? Be nice to everybody. That. You know what I mean? Let's compete, man. And we don't got to disrespect each other, you know?
That's what I'm saying, though. Let's not disrespect. Let's compete. And we can be like, we can disrespect a little, but not where we're over here trying to take each other's lives, bro. So even with the podcasters, you guys that watch us, if you get so mad at what we say that you want to get at us in real life, you really got to look at yourself and what's wrong with you. This is the internet, bro. I'm not in front of your face, like, forced to watch you. You got on YouTube and you somehow found me. You know what I mean? I promote on my social media a little bit. I put up one story, you know, one reel, but it's not that. You got to find me. In person, I don't promote myself. I don't even talk about this. It's just more like a hobby, and if you find it, you find it, and if you don't, you don't. If you know, you know.
Let's compete, man. Okay, we don't got to disrespect each other, you know? Which I've done a lot in the past, and we've done.
Wow. Imagine this fool is acknowledging a wrong that he's done and not really saying sorry where he could go further, but just saying let's move on, and that actually shows growth, and I salute that. Oh, one more thing. I'm not going to always just go for people's head. The people that I've got into it with, like me in the hater world, we're cool now, basically. Other fools, this is the internet. I don't take it that serious. If you ever meet me in person and you want that, I do this for a living, bro. So I protect and provide for my family, and I will make sure to get back to my family, and you will not get in my way. Trust and believe that. But that being said, you always, when you have a circle, you always leave it a little open to let people back in the circle as long as they're willing to acknowledge, you know, that they disrespected. And me too. I've never disrespected the South Side though. Me, never. Not once can you say that I might have my feelings about upstate Sureños, but I don't call any of that disrespect. If anything, it's constructive criticism and just my opinion. That's different than disrespect.
That's what we've done. But at this point, like, let's just compete to see who can really put our culture on the map. You know what I'm saying? And let's just take it there and let's see what happens, you know?
Boom. Let's see what happens. And everybody, let me know in the comments below. Is Bozo speaking facts? Is healthy competition okay? Can maybe stop disrespecting her and doing more competition? We don't got to be friends. But one day there's going to be superstars on both ends that are going to show our people, our raza, that we don't need to act like we're back in the 90s, bro. Most of you fools were just getting born, you know? So let's be honest. Let's be honest. And the streets are not like that anymore. It's a 2 or 3 people, it's 5 people crews against the world now. There's not 30 people kicking on the block like it was when I was growing up. So let's be honest with ourselves. Move forward, healthy competition. But I do think that on the way up, we don't need to disrespect, because on the way down, fools are going to remember you. Let me know in the comments, is Bozo speaking facts or not? This is your boy Pocho1, and I'm out.